Here at the National on Collect TV, and we are here with Jeff Wolfe of Iconic Auctions.
Hello, hello.
It's been a great run for you guys. You in the last 2 or 3 years, you've gotten too relevant for me. I can't steal anything from your auction house anymore. So
I guess that's a good problem for me
I
to
get,
have, right?
I guess it is.
Yeah.
What has it been? Has it been the attention that you've given to music, Beatles? I mean, you've broken through.
Yeah.
Um, I think you've frankly had really good items consigned to you, and then people notice. So what is it? What do you owe it to?
It's not one simple thing. It's a combination of putting in my time. I started this business 16 years ago, and it started with just getting people to believe in me. And then it started with getting results and then getting a ball rolling and then leaning into my passions, which is a little bit of everything. That's what Iconic is. But then leaning into what I feel is the fun stuff that's a little different than what you see in these rooms, music, history, Hollywood, and blending it all together. And I think it attracts people because collectors are collectors.
It's interesting. I think that's where all the growth has been, right? When you
Yeah.
look at political, when you look at a Lincoln, this has been a theme. A Washington guy said he brought 25 Washington cards here and 17 are gone. So
Yeah.
like political, how that gets hotter faster. I mean, maybe people are looking around and they see a lot of the same. Music is now finally getting traction. It's almost
Absolutely.
embarrassing how long it's been, for a Michael Jackson to be worth as much as a Mickey Mantle. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. So it seems like those categories are really popping. So
Yeah.
why? Why?
Because especially music, it's a universal thread to humanity. I mean, think about it. All these sports, all these sports games that these people love. What does it start with? It starts with a song, right?
Yeah.
So we all can relate to music. It's the soundtrack of our life.
But it's so strange to me because I see people at Wembley last night at the Bruce Springsteen concert and they have garbage. They don't give out anything. There's nothing collectible. Now you don't even have a ticket. And it's
Yeah,
like these
that
people are
sucks.
such capturable and all you can get is a t-shirt and a poster and there's nothing good and there's such a captive audience and yet on the hardcore collecting, whether it's a old ticket or something else, a sealed record, like I don't think they've come along as much as you'd think.
Yeah, but I mean, it is, and I think the fact that there is less and less tangible product, it's like anything else that's great in collecting. Nobody pays attention to it. A lot of it gets thrown away or discarded, and then all of a sudden it's pulled back and it's not available anymore. And now all of a sudden people want to collect it, and they realize how scarce it is.
Right.
And that's been a thing that draws people in, especially with the music. I mean, Beatles stuff is it's the Babe Ruth equivalent. There's a lot of it out there, but the demand is massive. But then you get outside of that, and it's hard to find Led Zeppelin. It's hard to find The Who. It's hard to find those other iconic bands.
Yeah, it's amazing. Even the Rolling Stone. I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah,
Some of the tickets. Okay, I want to talk about the Beatles since you specialize
yeah,
in the Beatles.
yeah,
Keeps going up and up and up. In every single auction, you have the four signed on something.
yeah,
Every single auction.
yep,
And guess what? No matter what it is, it never goes for less than $7,000.
yeah. I mean, that's the baseline. Look at Babe Ruth
Right.
for
Can't get a
sports.
$7,000. Right.
Everybody has. We even have Babe Ruth month in and month out.
Right.
Everybody wants it.
You need it. You
Yeah.
need it.
The demand and the supply. The demand is astronomical, even though the supply is pretty high.
What do you see as next in either music, political? Where do you see is next either even categories like tickets? Can vintage T-shirts start moving? What could be next?
Well, in music, it's kind of unique because what you find is that the generations, it's been going by generation. And so it started with the Beatles and all the bands of the 60s. And, then you moved into the 70s and that started to gain traction. Your Led Zeppelins, your Fleetwood Macs. And now you're moving into the 80s and that's gaining traction. Madonna stuff is starting to go for,
Right. Anyone who's 40
yeah,
to 50, that's the zone
that's it.
of where you want to be.
That's it. And so, next would be, I would
Backstreet
imagine,
Boys, Justin
I
Timberlake.
think we got a little ways there, but Taylor Swift goes for people are now seeing music memorabilia at the investment attraction to it.
Yeah, people are going nuts every, "Oh, that's a last name signature. She didn't
Yeah,
just sign Taylor."
yeah. I mean, we sell guitars on her for 10K plus all day and all night.
Just
Everybody.
any old guitar signed or what, or
Yeah.
played by her?
No, no, no. Just signed by her because she's untouchable. You cannot get up to her, and whatever's out there,
And
especially
everything's real. She signed the hell out of CDs,
when
right?
she was young, she
Yeah,
signed a lot. But again, how many millions of people would love to have
right,
a Taylor
right,
Swift? How many girls and the dads would want to buy it for them? And so boom, you have that magic intersection of this huge popularity. She's
right.
inaccessible now, and people are realizing that. And the supply, while it's high, the demand far exceeds it.
Also, you've seen kind of a blow up finally of hip hop.
Yep,
Obviously, Tupac sells like crazy. There's a
yep.
tremendous amount of his stuff out there. Biggie,
NWA,
NWA,
yeah.
that is finally really starting to take off.
Yeah, well, again, that those kids,
80s.
yeah, have money now. They have the ability to go out and buy stuff, and in turn, you're Beastie Boys. We sold a Beastie Boys piece privately for over $25,000 recently. So I mean, it's about those generations, and it's going to continue to be that way. It seems like because there's been no slowdown.
Where are you on type ones and graded magazines, graded documents?
Man, that's one I'm just sitting back and
The type
observing.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I just don't know. There's so many a Polaroid is a type one, but
But I'd rather do a Polaroid than an Iwo Jima, right? Like, which is now doing 80, 90,
yeah,
100, because it's like I want a one of one snapshot. Why would I want
yeah,
the what? There could be tons of, there's no population reports and
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a market that I'm just observing, and I feel like there was a massive frenzy, and like anything else, it's going to correct. And my what intrigues me, Darren, is when something has been handled by somebody of prominence and it's relative to their life. And while photographs are great, and certainly I sell them because I sell what collectors want, to me it's just something that's developed in a lab. And yeah, I mean, I guess there's variations of it, and it's like a baseball card. But I just love the stuff where there's a tangible history relating directly to whoever the person is.
what have you seen here when you evaluate kind of the crowd? What's your read into the age? What people are looking for? Do you feel people are over levered into modern cards? What's your when you say, hey, it's this price?
Yeah.
What's been as people said, hey, I'm going to take it, or like, oh, I just wanted to know because I'm not really in the market, but just wanted to know.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're a little unique because we're a little bit outside of the realm of what a lot is here, but it's still crazy to see these little kids carrying the metal
With a
cases.
$100,000 in it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and especially these modern cards, like you said, are over leveraged, and but again, I've I've always gone that straight line of what I'm passionate about, and the memorabilia, the truly rare stuff, the unique stuff. It just keeps plodding along, and all the stuff we have in our like Led Zeppelin signed album, or Jimi Hendrix pieces, or heck, even we've got the photo of Trump from the assassination attempt.
Yeah,
that
that's
that type of stuff that
okay. I
intrigues
you
people.
now I
Yeah.
gotta get to that.
Okay.
White paper that you then print over, and it becomes Obama signing his birth certificate or Trump signing his assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Where are you on that?
I mean, it's just another process to develop a photograph. The key is it's got an authentic autograph on there. And, in the case of the Trump photo, the timing is right. It's popular. The unique thing about him is, he became president, what, 8+ years ago. So anybody that had these white photograph sheets already printed them off.
Yes, this
And
guy was waiting for
he
something.
was waiting for something just right. And it happened. It was just the intersection of opportunity.
All right, last question. You were back in the day a grapher out there.
Yep.
Best story you can tell that's clean.
Oh, I mean, by far, it's going to be the Marlon Brando story because Marlon Brando was the untouchable. I only know
He didn't sign.
he didn't. I know guys that literally were out there in the '60s getting Marilyn Monroe, John Wayne, that didn't get Brando. Old school guys that were telling me crazy stories
He
ago.
also
Ever.
didn't sign his checks, which when I tried to get a check,
Yeah,
I got the old N9 from
yeah.
PSA. Yeah.
It was one of those situations where there was times when you're an in-person autograph collector, you might wait hours on end for people. Our opportunity with Brando happened within less than 5 minutes. We pulled up to the lot where he was filming.
What year is this?
This is 1994.
Okay.
1994. And we pull up to a lot in Studio City where they're filming Don Juan DeMarco in the centerfold with Johnny Depp, right? We were told that security for the lot sometimes would leave and you could just roll right in. We pull up, there's no security. We rolled right in. We park, we stand behind a bush thinking, okay, let's get ready. We got to wait for hours on end. 2 minutes later, Marlon Brando steps out of the stage onto the loading ramp with his driver. The driver starts walking towards the car. So the three of us, my mom and I and a friend, walk
Your
out.
mom?
Yeah, my mom. My
Okay.
mom was there. Yeah, she had a drive. I was only 14 at the time. So we walk right up to him, and as we're walking up, our friend goes, "Mr. Brando, would you sign some autographs for us?" And you're expecting him
No.
to tell you something. Yeah,
Right. Kid, get out of here.
yeah, or he would be vulgar at
Right.
times. And he kind of looks at us with no expression and reaches out the hand. And it was like the hand of God coming out. He took the pen. He signs for my friend. My mom loved Brando. And so she goes, "Oh my God, Mr. Brando, it's such an honor to meet you." And he said a great line without missing a
Oh.
beat. He starts signing for it and he looks up. He goes, "Don't worry, you'll be over it by dinner." Then moves to me, signs for me. And then our friend asked for another one. And he gave this funny look like, "Oh, I've been had," and he signed for him and dropped the pen. But our take is that he thought we were family members or somebody that was on the set, and that's
Right.
the only reason he did it.
Did you ever sell that photo?
Years and years ago, yeah.
Do you regret it?
Yeah, it's the only thing I think I really regret selling because it was the peak moment as an in-person autograph collector.
Jeff Wolfe, Iconic Auctions, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, my friend. Thank you.